What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Daily Case, the official podcast of KC Queen. I'm your host, KC Queen, and this is my brother, Austin Queen. Go ahead and say hi.
Hey, guys.
And so in this episode, we're going to talk about a couple of things, but I guess I first want to talk about the last episode that we did, which was our first episode. We talked about like the 5 richest people in the world. So if you haven't watched that episode yet, I recommend go ahead and go back either after this or before this. Go ahead and watch that. Give that a like and go ahead and subscribe right now. And check us out. We're on a few different platforms right now. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, and Pocket Cast, just to name a few. And we should be on Apple Podcasts here soon. I'm just waiting for the whatever you call it, the databases to fully sync up, or whatever you call that. The podcast directories. I don't know what they're called. The master directory that Apple Podcast uses to broadcast their whole podcast network. It takes like, I think 4 to 5 days to get updated in their system. I don't know. So hopefully on Apple Podcast soon. So yeah. So how's everything going with you?
Pretty good.
Good?
Oh, yeah.
So, this is a new podcast, so, I'm kind of playing it by ear. But something interesting, I think, happened in the news recently with the stock market, which I'm pretty heavy into. But it was with GameStop. GameStop stock rose a tremendous amount. Something like around the tune of like 11,000% in like a couple of days. And I think most of the rise happened in a single day. And it rose so much, a bunch of the stock trading platforms like Robinhood, which several people use that app, TD Ameritrade, which I use, they stopped purchases from happening on that app. And sales, from what I've heard. I wasn't holding any positions in GameStop at the time. It sounded a little bit fishy when I first heard about it, so I didn't participate or partake in the matter. But essentially, what had happened is I don't know if you understand like the way shorts work, if you're shorting a position or shorting a company, but a hedge fund had made a massive short on GameStop, and which, for lack of words, all a short is when you're basically betting on a certain company to go down in price rather than up in price. And the way they make money is basically, for example, if let's say you own a share in GameStop. Okay, so I'm the hedge fund. And let's say it was $35, and I want it to go down to $15. Okay. Well, I borrow your share of GameStop, and then I go sell it to Amanda for $35. And then I wait for a little bit, a few months go by, and I know, or I'm hoping, the stock goes down. It goes down to like $15 or whatever the hope is. And then when it's at the price that I want to rebuy the stock at, then I purchase it back, give you your share back, so you still get your share back, except for I made $15 at the end of the day, or roughly that. But anyway, so a hedge fund did a large, like few $billion transaction on that, and then a bunch of people ended up purchasing this stock at the same time, which made the stock price go up instead of down, and it made the hedge fund lose somewhere around like $2 or $3 billion in a single day. And you know what I have to say about that is, maybe that's karma for all the money that these large banks make off people every day.
I do know that a lot of gamers put in a whole bunch of money into that stock too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you heard, Reddit was like all over Reddit going crazy. Facebook, a lot of people were telling people basically buy into this because it was literally like $34 or $35 one day, and by the end of the day it was like $400 and something, which is insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast something like that can happen when a bunch of people are pretty much following like the advice of like one like meme, like buy GameStop, and then the stock just increases exponentially. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about the whole GameStop thing. I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was a interesting story about the company, because even the CEO said that he didn't even know why the stock was going up in the first place. And on another note, what also like screwed over this big hedge fund is like when you hold a short position, it doesn't matter how long you hold it, but you have to have adequate funds in case the stock increases like it did with GameStop. And essentially that was the whole goal of this massive rally, was to force the hedge fund to have to cash out with a huge loss, which is what essentially what had happened. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what your take is on that, or if you even care.
Are you big into the stock market?
No, not really.
Mm. You've heard of it though, right?
Yeah, just from Facebook.
Okay. So you've seen the GameStop. You've seen how like the fraud and stuff that they think is going on.
Yeah. I just don't know much about it.
Yeah. But do you want to tell people about your Twitch streaming account, or where people can follow you and that sort of thing for your live streams?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really been going live, but I could still do that.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and put what's your is it gamer tag game?
Yes.
How does I don't even know how that works.
I don't really know how to put it. Like, everybody go follow my my Twitch account. My gamer tag is Young Aquarius 316, and I've been trying to go live a lot, so check it out.
And even if he says he's stopped gaming, he probably is back gaming that same night.
Yeah.
And we're back. We had a slight technical difficulty with our lighting system. But anyway, like Austin said, what's your gamer tag? Or is it that's what it's called on Twitch, a gamer tag?
Yeah, it's a gamer tag. It's Young Aquarius 316 on Twitch. And I'm going to start getting it on YouTube and on Facebook also. So you guys can look me up on Twitch and follow me and view all my live streams that I'm doing on there. And I also, the games I play is PUBG Mobile, but I'm going to also try to get in some other games later down the road.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty big gamer. I mean, I think it's safe to say that I'm not so much. But like for whatever reason, the gaming, the streaming of games or whatever is a huge thing right now. I mean, like that's all young kids want to do is watch like other gamers play games essentially. Even my own kids, when they're on YouTube, they're finding game streams to watch of some like Roblox or something along those lines. And some of these streamers have like millions and millions of views on their accounts. I mean, is there any like, do you follow any of the like big game streamers off of Twitch or anything?
No.
I know for a long time like Ninja was, or that the gamer Ninja was very popular with Fortnite, but it seems like Fortnite's kind of trailed off a bit, or at least I don't know. In my circle of awareness, I haven't heard about Ninja all lately. But yeah, if you want to follow, watch this young kid, this young Aquarius 316 play some video games and shoot some people, kill some zombies. Is there zombies in that game?
No.
Okay. Well, if you want to shoot, watch him shoot some people. I watched it. It's pretty funny, and pretty fun to watch. So just check him out as well. I don't typically get into politics, but what is your take on the age limit as far as the oldest someone can be and be president? What do you think? Do you have a specific age that you think that the oldest a president should be allowed to be in office?
The oldest?
Yeah, like what's like a old somebody like that's like you hit a number and you're like, oh, too old.
I guess 60s.
Yeah, guess what? Joe Biden is, 78. So to think about that, or to give some perspective on that, one, he's the oldest president we've ever had. And unlike other presidents, and maybe this has changed by now, I haven't paid attention, but as far as I know, I don't think he has filed the paperwork to run again. And that's probably, because he's old, he's just hoping and praying that he stays alive during this term.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, which before him, Trump was, I think, the oldest president before that, because Trump was 70 when he went into office. And now he's like 74-ish or something. But yeah. Biden's going to be like 81 or 82 by the time he gets in the office. Check on us. So I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, or aside from our president being really old? I just can't get over that, because most of us go to work and we work the whole career and retire at like 62, 65, or 67. And by the time you're 78, you're well past retirement. It's kind of ridiculous to think someone would even want to stay working at that age. Because there's other things you can do to stay active. You don't have to be the president of the United States just to stay active, to keep your brain sharp. There's other activities that you could participate in.
Yeah, that is true. Do you want me to go on with a topic that I know about?
Sure, yeah.
On another note, I heard about how Bill Gates, isn't he the richest person in the world? Or one of the richest?
Yeah, on my last episode, I think he's number 3.
Okay, so he's the third richest person in the world, where he's funding can't remember the company, but he's spraying these particles into our atmosphere to cool the air down, which will change the climate and global warming, which we've actually been doing that for over like 1 million years. And I don't know if a lot of people know about it, but the people that used to live here, the Anunnakis, they're the ones that started spraying particles into their atmosphere on their planet millions of years ago. The reason why we're even here is because of them. I don't really know.
Do you have any proof to back up this statement?
I don't know. I mean, I have articles, but there's a whole bunch of articles.
Where do you find these articles?
I think they're, I don't have to look them up.
Do you just like go on Google and search it?
Yeah, it's all over Google.
Maybe that's why we're all getting headaches.
That could be.
So, Google was complaining there wasn't enough, or that they were overhyping the coronavirus cases. Which, what's interesting about that whole thing? If, let's just say the news got together and said no, there's other factors here, or this person was, overweight, or this person had this disease, and it wasn't really COVID. And, everyone started banding together and saying, hey, this isn't that serious. And there wasn't any metric. If they just got rid of all the metrics and said, how many coronavirus cases? We don't know because no one's counting. Then I think the whole thing would go down a lot faster. I think everybody's so done with it. And then, what's crazy is if you go into a store or go anywhere, you feel like you have to wear a mask, even though everyone wearing the mask knows it's pointless.
Yeah, that is true.
There's so many other ways you can get it besides the mask. You're protecting one area, but you're not protecting a bunch of other areas. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it is.
But now it's become a social norm. Everybody wear a mask. If you don't wear a mask, you feel oh crap, are people looking at me weird? So I'm not wearing a mask. But I don't know. But so anyways, yeah, we'll I guess that's is that pretty much all we have for the news, Amanda?
Yeah.
Okay.
An update with COVID-19.
And that was the so yeah, that's that's all the news. So I guess we're done. So like I said, there's a bunch of different platforms we're trying to get this this podcast on. YouTube and Facebook are the main ways you can watch the video. But there was a whole list at the beginning of different podcasts sources like Spotify and Google Podcasts, and hopefully soon Apple Podcast, that you can listen as well while you're working your boring desk job on the night shift and you have nothing to do. So pay attention, watch us, stay tuned for more and that sort of thing. And hopefully I can get my brother Austin on here more to be a second guest, and maybe I'll have more guests. I'm not sure yet. We're just having fun with it. But also he's going to plug his business real fast. So if you go ahead and do that.
If everybody goes and checks out my Facebook page, it's ICT Professional Lawn Care on Facebook. Just go follow that page and like it up and check it out. And contact me on there if you want some business done.
Yep, the grass is getting greener. It's spring right around the corner. That means warmer weather. You're going to need that lawn cut. So give him a call. So, is that it? All right. See you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.